Shadowy figures whisper near the precipice this way. Murky depths below where the echoes lose their way. Haunted by decisions past I never choose to tread. Feel the reaper's breath, ice cold on the back of my head. Souls at a crossroads, balancing on a razor's edge. Skeptical of fortune, destiny, I try to hedge. Footsteps trailing behind, ghosts that never slept. Standing on this cliff, secrets buried deep they've kept. Tear on the bricks, staring into void. Darkness calls my name, sanity gets toy. Heartbeats erratic, shadows start to cling. When I take the plunge or grow my own wings. Eyes closed, listen, the wind starts to howl. Demons in my head screaming how they prowl. Doubt hangs heavy, mist obscures my sight. In the dead of night, thoughts take flight. Voices from the past, they start to chant. Muttered incantations, guidance or red. A choice stands before me, step or retreat. In the silence of the abyss will I find my bay. Teeter on the brink, staring into void. Darkness calls my name, sanity gets toy. Heartbeats erratic, shadows start to cling. Will I take the plunge or grow my own wings? Teeter on the brink, staring into void. Darkness calls my name, sanity gets toyed. Heartbeats erratic, shadows start to cling. Will I take the plunge or grow my own wings?
Yo, I stand on this cliff, staring into a murky abyss. What lurks down there, jeering at me? What howls down there, what can it be? The darkness oozes, it squirms, it twists and turns like sandworms. But this ain't no doom, it could be my own doom. Because who's to say, what is at play? I take a step back from the cliff's edge, but wind so strong pushes me back to the ledge. I feel like I'm hypnotized. My fear could be digitized as I gaze into black full of wonder. Am I brainwashed now? I begin to ponder, but all of my thoughts are murky, and my eyesight could be a bit blurry. Should I be concerned and worried? Go apologize to those I wronged and say sorry. I don't know what the answer is, but all I know is I'm scared of this. Because down there's something's dark as night in the below, in the below. Down there something's not alright in the below, in the below. Down there something waits to find in the below, in the below. Down there something is my blight in the below. I don't feel chill, I don't feel mellow. I just feel ill looking into the below. Below thousands of feet, something waits and creeps. Waiting this out is not no treat, and I already know it spells my defeat. But my cloak whips around me quick and sharp. The fabric envelopes me like a tarp, and in that is some comfort, like an oasis in the desert. Because the fabric around my shoulders eases the load I carry like a boulder. The wind sings and howls around me, and I keep my legs locked like roots to a tree. Because who knows if I should trip and stumble? If I were to tip and tumble, it would surely be a bumble that spells my doom like a storm's thunder. My anxiety rises, left to my own devices, hovering over a dark epicenter. And my brain is my only mentor. But one thing I do know, this will surely be a show. As I gaze into the great below, I feel cold like snow. I feel like I've taken a blow, swept away in a river's flow, and nothing can ease my sorrow. Down there's something's dark as night in the below, in the below. Down there something's not alright in the below, in the below. Down there something waits to find in the below, in the below. Down there something is my blight in the below. Will I escape it? Will I reshape it? Will I scrape it? Will I tape it? Probably not. Down there's something's dark as night in the below, in the below. Down there something's not alright in the below, in the below. Down there something waits to find in the below, in the below. And I can't stop hearing these voices. Every second I hear their many noises. And didn't like they are devoid. These musings from the void, they keep speaking to me. They cackle with horrid glee. But soon I will be destroyed by these musings from the void. The voices get louder and louder. I wanna grab some gunpowder and blast, blast, blast away. Will this quiet up and dissuade? No, I don't think it will. It's not a matter of skill, this brings me no thrill. I'm grim like Washington on the dollar bill. And man, this ain't ending well. This sure ain't going swell. There is again a whisper in my ear, a shout to my left, making me fear it, stopping me from getting back in gear. So I can do a stuttering cough. I feel like I've been turned over, like a knocked over trough. And this is why I learned that the voices are burned into my mind and into my core. Undone my grind and fed me lore that tears me down, doesn't build me up. That plasters a frown onto my cup and poisons it when I try to drink. I barely even have time to think, all I can do is sink.
And I can't stop hearing these voices. Every second I hear their many noises. And in light they are devoid.
Oh yes,
These musings from the void, they keep speaking to me.
they do.
They cackle horribly. I feel soon I will be destroyed by these musings from the void.
Somebody save me please, somebody put my mind at ease. It's tortured and oh so sore, my mind has been battered like gore. Please can someone pull me out, can someone hear my shout? Perhaps it is not loud enough, the voices echoing around me are tough. My eyes wide and all bloodshot as the voices scream at me loud as a gunshot. I feel abandoned in a cell left to rot. I stand at the brink and have not yet fell, yet I already feel burnt as in hell. I just yell and yell and no one hears me. This is how it happens to be, the music voices of evil echoing around some hope of retrieval. I am locked in a beast's large belly, like I'm trapped inside of jelly. Left to roll far from shore, drowning and dying, counting the lying I did in my past, that ended in me being last. Left at the precipice of this cliff, I wish my therapist could decipher this poem like a hieroglyph. But I know I'm cooked, I know I'm smoked, because this is a drug, and I'm hooked to the poison I ingest. I have choked, I have been reeled in by the voices in my head. They wish to see my dead with all their might. These are their musings, and they are why I am losing.
And I can't stop hearing these voices. Every second I hear their many noises. And in light they are devoid.
Oh yes,
These musings from the void, they keep speaking to me.
they do.
They cackle horribly. I feel soon I will be destroyed by these musings from the void.
Ghosts in the hallways of my mind's mausoleum, pacing back and forth, thoughts twisted in delirium. Regrets like chains got me trapped in the schism, fighting shadow soul dwells in the cataclysm. Voices whisper secrets I bury deep inside, memories of wrong moves, choices I can't override. Faced with shadows, they linger on my stride. Mental battlefield, I ain't got nowhere to hide. Lost in my mind's maze, echoes of the past. Lost every battle, shadows overcast. Locked in the schism, no escape from within. Regretting every step, got me living in sin. Mirror prism, fracture self-reflection. Thoughts collide, causing mental infection. Reality's a cage, brain cells in detention. Passed by happiness, caught up in the tension. Broken spirits whisper in the gloom. Dusty regrets decorate my mental room. Skeletons in closets, they dance and loom. Wanna break free, but schisms always resume. Trapped in madness, no key to my salvation. Mind games, hearts lost in desperation. Fast talking, memories fly, no hesitation. Soul heavy, latent, seeking liberation.
What's up? I hear my mind call out. My brain races at 1,000 miles. It always takes a scenic route. It keeps on making my demons smile. It seems to have been a while, laying foundations like some tiles. My mind has so many ticks, putting down so many bricks, like I'm missing from break. These roots are growing my tree. What can I do now? I don't know if I can allow these vile thoughts to bounce around. And this is what I announce. Something I found, a new sound that comes inbound and hits the ground. Running, stunning, it's so cunning, and now I'm succumbing because these thoughts are quite becoming inside of my echo chamber. Echo! It crashes upon me, wave after wave, in the echo starts again. The demons start to screech. There are reasons that things seem bleak. This is life from start to end of the week. I still feel so weak. My problem is unique, straight out the creek. Yellow wolf with some water, trying to slaughter these voices in their own house. So I stay quiet as a mouse, like a terrified spouse, hiding from an abuser in a closet. And I found my new rap pocket, like the perfect heart-shaped locket. So now I'll profit with lyricism that's fearsome. Even your cynicism and criticism cannot derail my pride. Not trying to be side, but I can provide evidence for all that I have applied, like getting papers for owning a gun. And even if I had the least a bad one, a song that blemishes my track record, a song that's purposeless, it starts to show cracks within its one strong concrete. I'll just rise back up to my feet and John Wick the haters, cause I'll just go sick on the traitors who think they can criticize creators. They're pompous dictators, and I'm gonna knock them down a peg so that they would say break a leg. And these are the thoughts that permeate my mind's eye, because within is a splinter and it binds my thoughts like a cold frost in the winter. Because the demons from the abyss reach out a grubby paw, and now my mind is raw. Echo chamber, it crashes upon me wave after wave. In the echo chamber, running on my conscience through a cave. In the echo chamber, my head hurts and my heart is guilty. In the echo chamber, I drag so alert, but I'm ripped apart in this mind city. In the echo chamber, I creep around like a gecko. Did you just hear the echo? So this is the disclaimer, I've got one loaded in the chamber. Echo chamber, echo, echo. Oh, yeah. Echo, oh, yeah. Echo.
My future uncertain. Do I go right or left? I peer out the curtain, heart pounds in the chest. I stand up here and stand on the ledge, the margin so thin, a razor's edge. At these heights where the wind sings, I ponder, when will I spread my wings? My heart is troubled, my mind is muddled. I sit thinking I'm used, but my heart is confused. I want so many different things, playing chess, I aim for the kings. Life seems like chess, pieces fall constantly unless you can break free of the mold and you mind your own goal. But how will my future unfold? Will I cling to the norm and hold, or will I forsake and break? Will I get to eat my cake? For goodness sake, why do I feel so stressed? For time, I'm already pressed. Work a job for how many years? On the weekend grab some beers, retire with only a few years left. By the time I can barely get dressed for myself because of how old I am. Already running out of time, man. I feel like we'd be slaughtered like a lamb. We have such little time with the fam. I already feel time's constraints. Break free of the restraints, or just accept and drown. Shattered dreams, broken crown. My future uncertain. Do I go right or left? I peer out the curtain, heart pounds in chest. I stand up here and sit on the ledge, the margin so thin, a razor's edge. At these heights where the wind sings, I ponder, when will I spread my wings? So my thinking I renew, what career should I pursue? It will dictate my very future as I type these words on my computer. This info barely computes, because what should be my pursuit? This ain't something you could dispute, so perhaps the point is moot. Will I succeed in life and vacation to Paris, or be lying, cheating scum like Kamala Harris? I can't figure out the root of my problems. I'm beginning to crack like Roman columns. Before I can find my solutions, I must clear my mind of illusions. The margins are oh so narrow, and I feel the stress of time's arrow. I feel attuned like an old pharaoh. I feel doomed like Jack Sparrow. His actor Johnny Depp was stripped of glory. It was a pressing story of lying to take a man straight down. They pulled him underwater, made him drown. And my thoughts are so heavy, I really wanna buy a box Chevy, because of a great like Yellow Wolf. But I'm under attack like Beowulf. Creatures attack me in my mind, and life isn't always so kind. It's a thin line and path we walk. It's a hard road, and we talk the talk. Death to one side and demise on the other. I want you to be careful, my brothers. I feel like I've been tasered or hit by a terrible laser. I thought I was a trailblazer, but instead got cut by a razor. And on the end of the edge, on the point of this ledge, this is what I pledge: I will find some purpose in the world's circus. My future uncertain. Do I go right or left? I peer out the curtain, heart pounds in chest. I stand up here and sit on the ledge, the margins so thin, a razor's edge. At these heights where the wind sings, I ponder, when will I spread my wings? My future, uncertain, do I go right or left? I peer out the curtain, heart pounds in chest. I stand up here and sit on the ledge, the margins so thin, a razor's edge. At these heights where the wind sings, I ponder, when will I spread my wings?
I stand here alone. I wish I'd have known that I've been in the zone, but nothing seemed unknown. I've lost my throne.
Our society is shallow, the world is hollow. We swing from the gallows.
This world is hollow,
And I dare not swallow. The world is hollow, and everything is cloaked in shadow. The world is hollow, hollow. Whoa, whoa.
Things are fake, everyone's a snake. Political correctness is half-baked. All these things are fake, they make you woke to be awake. But from the ideal we must escape before it's much too late. But I fear it's already our fate. I open up Reddit and scroll the net, and in times when I wish I forget, I find the mindless drones posting ideas from the phones that make no sense, because it is all nonsense. And this is ruining the world we lived in. This is an example of corruption. We must throw it away into the bin. But when will we do that? We won't begin.
Our society is shallow, for the world is hollow. We swing from the gallows, for the world is hollow. And I dare not swallow, for the world is hollow. And everything is cloaked in shadow, for the world is hollow, 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 hollow. Whoa,
Woke culture just sucks, this is true. It makes me want to start a coup, but this just ain't how I move. It ain't what I'm gonna do, but sometimes I wish I could throw it in a burn pile like some wood. And the government just filled with pedophiles. They shouldn't be allowed near a school by 100 miles. Bill Clinton should be locked up stat. And when I'm up to bat, make sure they close the door, so that he is taken care of before he could kick the bucket, because the people tell him to suck it and want him locked away with the key thrown away. But at the end of the day, what does it matter? So what if the people get fatter and opinions get badder and teen girls get sadder, and no one can honestly climb the business ladder like we all got punched in the bladder because our world is already lost? Man, it was at such a high cost.
our society is shallow, for the world is hollow. We swing from the gallows, for the world is hollow. And I dare not swallow, for the world is hollow. And everything is cloaked in shadow, for the world is hollow, 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 hollow. Whoa.
Woke culture just sucks, this is true. It makes me want to start a coup, but this just ain't how I move. It ain't what I'm gonna do, but sometimes I wish I could. Woke culture just sucks, this is true. It makes me want to start a coup, but this true. It makes me want to. Woke culture just sucks. Woke culture just sucks, this is true. It makes me want to start a coup. Woke culture just sucks. This true. Woke culture just sucks.
Beside the edge of this cliff, here in a second is a violin riff that will hit your raft. To listen to these rhymes I craft, I talk about the important matters, like I'm Mockingbird from Marshall Mathers. I stand in front of abyss too deep, but these thoughts inside me creep. So take a peep at what it is I am saying on this album. All the thoughts you want shall come when all is done. Our society is shallow, for the world is hollow. We swing from the gallows, for the world is hollow. And I dare not swallow, for the world is hollow. And everything is cloaked in shadow, for the world is hollow, 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 hollow. Whoa, whoa.
Yo, the voices from the depths are back at it again. Yo, they're louder than they ever been. Are they here to relieve me of sin, or to provoke me because of the pity I'm wallowing in? Let's go. The voices echoed up from the chasm. The voices caused my shiver and spasm. From below came the bellow of a beast, and in my heart I knew I was least of least. From down there in the canyon, the voices were my companion. The only noise that drowned out my silence, they hazard doubt to a science. And I tried to stay against with defiance and seek some sort of guidance, find some kind of healthy alliance. But instead I was in compliance, because louder and louder they brought noise, until I thought my only choice was to jump off the cliff So this was the extent, this was me at 1% without my charger to my phone. Now I truly was alone, except for the demons inside of my head, and I knew they wanted me dead. Out of the depths, they wanted my soul, wanted me to give in and lose control. They had a twisted and evil goal, the demons toward my brain on patrol. These little monsters spoke in my ear, instilled in my heart dread and fear. And for my time I tried to be stalled, but I was enthralled the more they called. They had me in their trance, following their step and dance, because they continued to advance and choked out my chance. The idea of never leaving they enhanced, filled my head with all the failed romance. They told me without so much as a glance that I would die alone with no place to call home. So what was the point in leaving that day? Why shouldn't I just stay? As I stared down the 100-foot drop, I became dizzy, but I could not stop from looking down into the dastardly darkness, because they already had me on a harness. I was a dog with a chain for a noose, and I could not ever get loose. I stood on the cliff as they spoke to me and said, "Green knife, you'd be way better off dead." Out of the depths, they wanted my soul, wanted me to give in and lose control. They had a twisted and evil goal, the demons toward my brain on patrol. These little monsters spoke in my ear, instilled in my heart dread and fear. And for my time I tried to be stalled, but I was enthralled the more they called. And my demise came quicker and quicker, and my fear became thicker and thicker. My stomach grew sicker and sicker, and the voices continued to bicker and bicker. These ghouls in my conscience were having their conference on getting me to decide to jump, but on that I wanted to quickly pump. On my brakes they were just snakes, and I cannot listen. But this was tradition, and I just couldn't pull my gun and make them pop, because those voices just wouldn't stop. Stop, stop.
Alone at the edge of a universe, humming a tune, or merely dreaming we were snow.
So alone, here I sit and ponder. I stare at stars with wonder, so vast they are up there. Their beauty and match, nothing compares. My heart is caught in the snare, trapped in the demon's lair. I want it free, so I say a prayer, and my cloak slips over my eyes, and the wind claims my mournful cries. The mask on my face can't hide the disguise. It can't hide my heart that tells me lies. This ain't no surprise. Can you empathize? I sit here thinking something just ain't right, but what a pretty sight. All those stars shining bright from afar. Stars scattered here and scattered there, blood splattered here and everywhere. My bones laid broken. Am I just the token like the guy from Boston? Or can I rise up in the top 10 of the greatest rappers who stepped in the booth, where my message is spread and reach the youth? Because this is the truth, I'm a broken person, that much is for certain. So as I gaze at the sky and wonder, I pale compared to them from under. I'm so brittle and weak, as I sit atop this peak, I openly just start to weep, and then it starts to seep into my cloak that whips in the wind. When will I be free and let my heart sing? My art seems like all I got, but I'm losing myself in the plot. And every word that I jot, I meant it with good intention, but sometimes I lose the dimension. Lose sight of the message I was telling, the stories I crafted. It's like I've been drafted into a war with myself, shooting at me, trying to kill myself. I reign supreme, I'm broken and busted, my bones are encrusted with aches and pains already. I'm barely holding steady, I rise to my feet and take a stand. I stand at the ledge, looking down at my death. Something calls away from down in the void. I feel hit by rocks like a meteoroid. I feel pain at my side, my insides die. A long time ago, far, far away, but it's still at play. It's like all my life, I'm down in the fourth quarter. Are all like this, or do I have a disorder? And as I sit and I write about all my strife and neglect from the blessings I have, I remember the joys along this path. perished, but now I think I'll have perished. But now I think I'll have perished.
I was standing at the edge, here atop the ledge, and searching for a reason not to jump. Is living worth enough when this life feels rough and things are so tough? It's enough to make me wanna, yeah. But no, something pulls me away, beckons me to stay, and I've vanquished my demons yet another day.
Eons dripping slow, sands through fingers so cold. Glitching on impulse, past whispers unfold. Ticking clocks like shadows, stories left untold. Eternal quest, searching for that gold.
Frozen waves kissing dusk, memories in the rust. We breathe the ghost air like faith air, but we trust. Turning pages torn, in the book of time we thrust. Crazy cosmic fabric, futures are wanderlust. Time drips, slips through the fingertips. Cold breeze, freeze, life's eclipse. Tick-tock, locked in our grips. Time's tide won't abide, endless trips. Sands of ages grind, the past intertwined. Minds I rewind, but the future's blind. Reflections in the waves, distortions of time. Echoes linger on in the rhythm we find. Crooked paths we pave, through the night's grave. Every heartbeat's rave, glitch pulses crave. Frozen in flames, a time travel maze. Fates of yesterday in the horizon's haze. Time drips, slips through the fingertips. Cold breeze, freeze, life's eclipse. Tick-tock, locked in our grips. Time's tide won't abide, endless trips. Time drips, slips through the fingertips. Cold breeze, freeze, life's eclipse. Tick-tock, locked in our grips. Time's tide won't abide, endless trips. The reaper calls, the architect falls. We danced at balls, then built the walls. Dimly lit halls, violent pub brawls. All but a speck on the time stream. So hit the deck, it's a crime scene. Yesterday's gone, tomorrow gone too. Years ahead and past, locked up in a zoo. To the beat of the drum, it will all be done. Done and dusted, as time combusted. At beginning's dusk, to the body's husk. Why did we put up a fuss? Horizon line, bullet stain. Verizon's fine, ricochet. Time marches on and can't be stopped. Like the NFL draft, we're on the clock. The universe has us on lock. So look down, fingertips. Turn around and fingers slip. Darkness comes, heartbeat quickens. Tick-tock runs and the stream thickens. We can't get it back once it's gone. So like an ice cataract, throw it scorn. As pulses race, time erased. Quiet day, dawn breaks. Arithmetic equals heartache. Time drips, slips through the fingertips. Cold breeze, freeze, life's eclipse. Tick-tock, locked in our grips. Time's tide won't abide, endless trips. Time drips, slips through the fingertips. Cold breeze, freeze, life's eclipse. Tick-tock, locked in our grips. Time's tide won't abide, endless trips.
Hey yo, I stood up there in thin air. I could hardly find the time to breathe. I tasted the wind between my teeth, and up there was where I found my spirit was moving faster than sound. Because up it went on the ascent, not on the descent. That was 100%. And as I stood atop the cliff, replaying melodies and guitar riffs within my head, from nights laying awake in my bed, staring at my ceiling fan. Had I started healing, man? I hope I'm not revealing too much, but I've been dealing with such kind of things
things that make me feel out of touch. Maybe I use it as too much of a crutch. I may be all lost people important to us, and it's important that we discuss, because if all you do is fuss and bottle it up, you'll be throttled by your own thoughts. This is what I done been taught. Now where was I? Oh yes, I was that guy laying awake past 12, past midnight and night into early morning. My thoughts would delve and mapped out so many possibilities of the future. My mind raced like a computer, but now standing atop this mountain that I built up, and I just feel like shouting. Out of body, out of mind, the next step for humankind. I flew up to the stars so bright, my heart leapt with delight. And when I say this, I cannot lie, because I saw something in my mind's eye. I flew and you cannot deny that I have touched the sky. How did it feel up there? A little cold. How am I feeling now? A little bold. When can you get there? When you are old. Is there a way to see it? Forget what you're told and break free of the mold. I swear that oh so high up there, I touched the very air. I had not a single care. The breeze rushed through my hair. It's like a reality I've been ripped to tear, and now I gotta grasp the gold. And if I'm a story you ain't sold, just find out for yourself. Reach to the top shelf and just fly up there, blasting off. There is air up there, you won't cough. Dance with stars near and far, and traverse the cosmos oh so pretty. Man, among planets you get so litty, so leave behind your little city. You don't get there by committee, you have to face your past. Stop being the outcast, all alone on your raft with no plan of attack. There ain't no going back. Confront all that you lack and then stay on track. Don't let yourself crack, pick up your own slack and claim your plaque, because it's worth it for your life. Let go of your strife. Out of body, out of mind, the next step for humankind. I flew up to the stars so bright, my heart leapt with delight. And when I say this, I cannot lie, because I saw something in my mind's eye. I flew and you cannot deny that I have touched the sky. And I have touched the sky, and I have touched the sky. I wave the world goodbye, yeah. Out of body, out of mind, the next step for humankind. I flew up to the stars so bright, my heart leapt with delight. And when I say this, I cannot lie, because I saw something in my mind's eye. I flew and you cannot deny that I have touched the sky.
I am trapped. My mind is sapped and was formed and molded into something else. It's left me with welts, and as the music gets louder and louder, my mind is crushed into powder as the music builds into crescendo. This is the only innuendo. I feel like I'm in a game of cloak and dagger. I have been pierced and they've broken my swagger. I'm in a game of cat and mouse, except I'm locked within a house. Deep down in the dark, this is no walk in the park, because I seem to be stuck in my own basement, in a situation of my making. My anxiety grips me and threatens to choke, and I'm dying inside. I can no longer hold. Oh, I can't escape. Oh, it's already too late. Oh, I've accepted my grisly fate, because I can't escape. The mind is a truly great place at times, and I find that within it, life is sublime. But waiting in the shadows, something stays under the rug, silent as the gentle steps of a bug. And this is the drug that we constantly snort. This is no retort. This is not to be bleak. I just feel impaled on a glacier's peak. This feels like an hide and go seek. If I wasn't in Saviak, being chased by a maniac, getting bullied and called a brainiac, and then this is the constant attack. I've walled myself in, that is surely no sin, to close yourself off and hold on for dear life. But now in my time of strife, it's like I'm walled inside my own castle, and getting out seems an impossible hassle. Oh, I can't escape. Oh, it's already too late. I've accepted my grisly fate, because I can't escape. I'm a superhero, now I'm worth zero. In these words they will study, I was beaten until I was bloody. My own actions have torn my cape, and in my mind I cannot escape. These inner demons come at me again. And when will this end? There's more monsters around the bend. I'm locked in a cage like a caged animal. I'm cooked in the oven of a cannibal, and this ain't like Hannibal. No plane is coming together. Thunder booms and this is my weather, and that is my tether. It keeps me in pain, that keeps me in chains, that keeps me tamed, that makes me ashamed. And my stomach inflamed, and my psyche in flames, and it cannot be named. As I begin to proclaim, these doubts are keeping me from the fame. And man, I wish it was not so, but these worries don't let me go. Once more, just so you know. Oh, I can't escape. Oh, it's already too late. Oh, I've accepted my grisly fate, because I can't escape. I can't escape. It's already too late. Now here we are, track 13. Ahead of us, dangers unseen. This journey into darkness seems obscene, but it's a deadly reality, this machine. I'm screaming out, you hear my shout. I'm being dragged by a black horse, but I still feel no remorse. And you must never forget that even under threat, I still feel no regret. At least not yet, but soon I might, you can bet. Because in this fight and constant struggle, I end up in spots of trouble. My own mind tears at me, split by the seams. I think my conscience looks like a ripped pair of jeans. My doubts reign supreme. I'm screaming out, you hear my shout. I'm being dragged by a black horse, but I still feel no remorse. And you must never forget that even under threat, I still feel no regret. No remorse, no regret, that is my motto. My mind is sharply detached like staccato from the world around me that crashes and burns. Man, just listen to these words. You may think this tale is dark, but let me tell you, it is my spark. It is my hope, it makes me glad when these thoughts are spilled onto this notepad. But as the path in front of me seems so scary, things looks like they are getting hairy. I don't feel no regret, I trudge forward and don't get upset. I'm screaming out, you hear my shout. I'm being dragged by a black horse, but I still feel no remorse. And you must never forget that even under threat, I still feel no regret. That's right, no remorse and no regret. Yo, I try to stay in my own lane, but sometimes something in my brain feels somewhat deranged, and it has my goal and persona changed. I don't know, but these thoughts shoot me up. These doubts are new to this spot. But anyways, in many ways, I stay consumed within my psyche, under my skin, and in my minute eye, I think I'm a sailor. Probably that it's stored on a whaler, and I stand on the front of my vessel. My thoughts grapple and wrestle.
I feel a struggle as I hear them call. So much to juggle as I begin to fall. Because as I sail the seas in front of y'all, the waves crash over me so big and tall.
I rock and roll music, still in my soul, searching for some gold on the one hand, but what I really search for is some land. Because out on the open seas I feel all alone, just trying to make my way home. But something alluring calls to me, something out there beyond what I can see. Be some sirens I reckon, but they continue to beckon. I know
being beckoned to a black shark to contemplate that any old land would be great. So I can stop my endless sailing. It's got my own mind wailing. I'm starting to feel like I'm the least, and all I'll do is miss. I'm thinking soon I'll be deceased. I feel this. I'm looking for a shoreline, sailing in this abyss. I'm lost like a phone that's offline. I just hope I'm missed. I must assume as waves crash. I may be doomed to that rash. I'm out here pockets with no cash. I'm confident but not brash. I taste the smoky air, there is some ash. I look in the dark, the water's filled with trash. The thunder rolls and the rain goes splash, and the wind blows against me, it will thrash. And the lightning comes with the flash, and then boom, maybe I ain't doomed. I saw something jagged over yonder. Am I saved? I start to ponder, because there it is, a rocky outline, a hollow with delight. It sounds like, but am I saved as the land looks evil? Or could I end up in a land that's medieval, and filled with gruesome stuff that makes retrieval or rescue more impossible? I'm not sure what would be responsible, because I'm tired of wandering the darkness all alone and want to explore this new zone. But if it's out of the frying pan and into the fire like Gandalf, this ain't something I desire. Those black shorelines are pretty scary. I may go into a situation even more hairy. Is this where I should set down my anchor? Does the call again, should I thank her? Or is it a pleasing voice that disguises a demon? I can't shake off this off feeling.
I feel a struggle as I hear them call. So much to juggle as I begin to fall. Because as I sail the seas in front of y'all, the waves crash over me so big and tall.
I rock and roll, music still in my soul, searching for some gold on the one hand. But what I really search for is some land, because out on the overseas I feel all alone, just trying to make my way home. But something alluring calls to me, something out there beyond what I can see.
Yo, this is crazy, I feel hazy. My life is pushing up daisies. Have I been too lazy? Cause I miss the days we would have so much fun, feeling warm rays from the sun. But now all this is done, I'm looking down the barrel of a shotgun. And while my mind says to run, I know my fears have only begun. We grow up from childhood, and you think that it was good. But I think adult life has been misunderstood, because it feels like being lost in the wood. Working a job in conditions so sterile, like getting death rolled by a crocodile. All these responsibilities hard like concrete. Man, this wasn't what it seemed to be. My demons make me wanna jump. My feelings keep my mind in a slump. And when I feel down in the dumps, I tell myself to embrace the jump. But once more I tell you what is the case. My green mask obscures my face, and my figure stands like a ragged bandit. I stand on a peak so jagged of this planet, and I can hardly stand it. But I stand here alone, outside of my comfort zone, facing demons from the past, under the shadows that the moon casts. Staring into a chasm gaping open in wind, I hear its call to jump inside. I wonder what it would feel like to jump and glide, like slipping down a slippery slide. And I'm facing my dark side that howls in my head, and this is what it says. It says my contemplative reflecting should be dumped, and instead I should have jumped. My demons make me wanna jump. My feelings keep my mind in a slump. And when I feel down in the dumps, I tell myself to embrace the jump. My feet leave the air, and in my heart I no longer care. I gave up on my fight, I lost my inner light, and I leap with all my might forward and feel no fright. As solid ground vanishes beneath, I feel pain as I grit my teeth, and gravity leaves me as I reach my summit. And after that my jump begins to plummet, away from the precipice that I had stood at alone. And on this album called my home, where I had stood vanished behind me, and the dark chasm below cackled with glee. I rushed forward, wind filling my ears, I brushed through the air, changing gears. This was bad news that I had taken the jump, but there were no brakes I could pump. And I expected to have slammed off the ground, but where was it? It couldn't be found. For now I was falling forever, just me and the abyss together. And no matter what was my endeavor, all I could see for the forecast on weather was the purest form of black dark night. That was to be my only sight when oh, my demons made me jump when my mind had been in a slump. I had fell down in the dumps, and it caused me to make that jump. Whoa.
The jump. The jump.
My eyes find nothing in sight. Only darkness greets me in a light. As much as I try with all my might, I have clearly been blinded and didn't feel right. What can I do to make this right? I feel like I'm trapped in the blackest night, and something is off, that is quite certain, as I wish for anything that is bright, anything that is colored white. But all that greets me is black, because sight I lack, and it's giving me a panic attack. Wind rushes in my ears, and welling up are the tears that summarize all my fears. I can already hear the haters' cheers as they say that I'm corny. But man, I feel in danger, like I've fallen somewhere thorny, like a bush of brambles. And man, my mind is in shambles as I try to scramble, when suddenly there it is a noise. I don't have time to rejoice. His poison drips in his words. My heart pounds, this is absurd.
A whisper here, a whisper there. Demons cackle everywhere. A whisper in my ear. My anxiety becomes severe. Is a stalker right here, so super near? This is truly pure fear. The voice strikes with evil, it has such sharpness. As these whispers stretch out from the darkness.
Screaming for my life because the whispers greet me like thunderous applause. Even though the delivery is quiet, the implication you can't deny it. It is a threat, that is a sure bet. They all wanna put hands on me, they wanna lock me up and so lay the key. Like Nate rapped about a perception since his inception. He rapped about being locked in a cage. So did I, in guerrilla warfare, letting out pent-up rage. But now I feel boxed in a corner by whispers around me. I didn't know it would be this bad when demons surround me. I wish I could end it by pulling a cord, because the whispers stab at me like a sword.
A whisper here, a whisper there. Demons cackle everywhere. A whisper in my ear. My anxiety becomes severe. Is a stalker right here, so super near? This is truly pure fear. The voice strikes with evil, it has such sharpness. As these whispers stretch out from the darkness.
I'm a man out of my element. This is such a grisly experiment. To see that grit is what I lack. I feel myself already beginning to crack, and is my sentiment that my inner regiment is already in retreat? It already feels like it's been beat, and their mouths gape at me filled with teeth. I know the venomous they see, because it's me they want to eat. After I've been beat, they want to eat me for sure like a snack. They try to kill me like T-Mac, but it's Tom rapped on that record. These threats just can't be ignored. So as the wind tugs out my braids, I wish I got sailor and I know I'm not afraid. But I don't think I can take a stand. This attack was a trap, and it was planned.
A whisper here, a whisper there. Demons cackle everywhere. A whisper in my ear. My anxiety becomes severe. Is a stalker right here, so super near? This is truly pure fear.
Imagine I'm an astronaut, launched up like a cosmonaut. But I ain't rushing, cause I ain't rushing. Got all y'all rushing to hear my tunes. Got y'all gushing like y'all over the moons. This appears to be the case. I am lost in space. I ain't trying to save face. I am truly lost in space. I'm lost in the stars, pushed way past Mars. Floating in darkness with stars around. My ears hear nothing, ain't no sound. I'm lost amongst nebula and cosmos, floating in infinity like Thanos. When my thoughts consume, it leaves myself no room. I would assume it puts my identity into a tune, takes me out of full bloom, my ears ringing from the sonic boom. Because as I fell through the chasm and void, I find my will becomes destroyed. Because it was 3, 2, 1 lift off. My brain has no switch off. It's like I've been bewitched, like Elizabeth Montgomery's nose twitched. And now it's launched me up to a place so alien. Man, I'm just saying that this appears to be the case. I am lost in space. I am trying to save face. I am truly lost in space. I'm lost in the stars, pushed way past Mars, floating in darkness with stars around. My ears hear nothing, ain't no sound. I'm lost amongst nebula and cosmos, floating in infinity like Thanos. These verses short and sweet, on this otherworldly beat. Hopefully worthy of this album, gonna become illmatic, this the outcome. I don't wanna pull a Chris from Mr. Beast and fall into the dirt, ending up least. I can't become the worst thing on the planet, but can I really plan it? To the degree that I'd like to, I wanna be over-prepared. This is my thoughts that I could clear. No declaration for this great nation, like George Washington. Anyone come at me and I'm washing them. This appears to be the case. I am lost in space. I ain't trying to save face. I am truly lost in space. I'm lost in the stars, pushed way past Mars, floating in darkness with stars around. My ears hear nothing, ain't no sound. I'm lost amongst nebula and cosmos, floating in infinity like Thanos. Floating through the stars, near, here and far. Here with the bars, no chocolate, now it's truly lit. It's the stars that numb our horizon line. I feel weird and weightless, but overall fine. Floating in space is kinda sublime. It feels like being encased in jello. I'm just waiting for a Vulcan to say hello. And this is my discovery, and I need me some recovery. And sometimes it feels like I'm talking to myself. I'm on fire and burning the shelf, because I love the way it lies. Its seduction needs to die, because for real it's 25 to life. Cause all of this is strife. This appears to be the case. I am lost in space. I ain't trying to save face. I am truly lost in space. I'm lost in the stars, pushed way past Mars, floating in darkness with stars around. My ears hear nothing, ain't no sound. I'm lost amongst nebula and cosmos, floating in infinity like Thanos. Infinity stones. Infinity stones.
Gravity pulling lights just with Kathy. Light speed dreams, reality all trashed. Dark space, no escape, ships hull cracked. Entities colliding, our hopes getting trashed. Endless night, no turning back. Heartbeats in the black. Forever lost, no track. In the void we're trapped.
Singularity smashing atoms flat. Time bends, future past out of whack. Echoes of screams in the vacuum black. Life swallowed whole, never coming back.
Quantum link, just another deceit. Turns a tag, will miss the light shades. Can't refrain from the cosmic flame of that horizon.
So trapped in deceit.
Lost signal, stars flicker, fade. Life reduced to a pixel parade. Wormhole whispers, reality betrayed. Escape a dream, our lives now frayed. Endless night, no turning back. Heartbeats in the black. Forever lost, no track. In the void we're trapped.
Singularity smashing atoms flat. Time bends, future past out of whack. Forever lost, no track. In the void, we're trapped.
Singularity smashing atoms flat. Time bends, future past out of whack. Echoes of screams in the vacuum black. Life swallowed whole, never coming back.
I'm so slick with it, I'm so quick with it. I'm pulling Eminem J because everyone will say on any given day that they enter the fray that I am surely a smooth criminal because I'm super original. But my role so far has been minimal in conveying all the thoughts in my head. Gotta uncage them before I'm dead, so won't you leave me on red? Tune in me instead, like syncing your Bluetooth. And I always pursue truth like a few good men. I am a 10 out of 10, I'm like lawyer Tom Cruise. And these are all my views, these are the words I choose. And if this flops, there ain't no excuse. Why is it that every time I float in this black hole, I seem to reach all of my goals? Because the black hole in my mind that I've fallen forever trapped inside has so many words that come to me, they assemble together, don't you see? It's like the Avengers, this adventure, a floating weightless in this black hole, swimming through abyss like a tadpole. They call me John Wilkes, cause I kill in the booth. Call me Bill Clinton, cause I reach the youth. I'm just kidding, that ain't the truth. No crap, Sherlock, you ain't some super sleuth. But truth be told, I don't wanna get old, I wanna hold on to my younger days. Time's error should miss and only graze, and I can be unaffected, forever young, like in Napoleon Dynamite, that song is sung. I already feel the days and weeks slipping away, and I need to do something about it today. So fill out my survey, look on the display, and respond to these prompts with an essay. Journaling is good for the soul, so do it daily, make it a goal. Man, I'm on a roll, and I can't be stomped. Listen here to the prompts, where do you see yourself in years? What can you do to change your gears and find a new niche for your life? Whittle it down with a knife and move on to exciting things. This is how we crown our kings. Why is it that every time I float in this black hole, I seem to reach all of my goals? Because the black hole of my mind that I've fallen forever trapped inside, there's so many words that come to me, they assemble together, don't you see? It's like the Avengers, this adventure, a floating weightless in this black hole, swimming through abyss like a tadpole. You don't like my music? I'm really sorry. I didn't know my fans were wishy-washy. This ain't the blame game, because that'd be lame. But listening intently and passively ain't the same. Will this gain me fame? Well, if not, I got my hands in a lot of pots, so there's a lot of spots and a lot of slots that I got find my purpose. It makes me kinda nervous to be this honest, open and raw. I can only say the stuff on a song. Why is it that every time I float in this black hole, I seem to reach all of my goals? Because the black hole of my mind that I've fallen forever trapped inside has so many words that come to me, they assemble together, don't you see? It's like the Avengers, this adventure, a floating weightless in this black hole, swimming through abyss like a tadpole.
We go. This is by my own decree. I needed to take it easy like G, because when it's dark out, my mind fills with all kind of doubt. But at the time I did not see in the limelight had gotten to me. It seems I was shook when they read from my book, and it feels like maybe they took a little piece out of me, and they get to a degree, cause now I can't find the key to what I'm missing. My demons hissing, and will I ever break free? Because I'm starting to be like Brother Ali. I feel like I'm in the shadows on the sun, and now I am oh so done. But I gotta complete the rite of passage and rise up out of the ashes like a phoenix that you can't come nearest. And this is the undisputed truth, they have polluted our youth. For that comment they'll knock out my tooth, but I fall freely in mine like Booth. Because as I fall and slip into forever, not sure if I can keep it together, but whatever. Because I never had expected to be treated as one who was clever with the words that I crafted, the words that I blasted, the way I extracted and drafted the dopest lines and the coolest schemes. Albums aging like fine wine, it is my dreams, and it keeps me going, trying to inspire a yellow wolf. Gotta make it through the trial by fire. This is all part of the process and by my design. So get you your ticket and wait in line, because now it is logically my time. These are confessions of a dangerous mind, the raps or expressions that I defined, so I can't let myself get behind. These are the ties that bind, like master and apprentice. The occasion is momentous, the way I graph together the beat and the lyrics is a skill that I'll forever cherish despite the critics. So if y'all are somehow cynics, just check my analytics. But as I fall faster in my flow, continuing to go, I keep my eyes closed shut, because there's fear in my gut. Or is that just my hunger pains like Mercules? Because this is the moment that I'ma cease. I wanted to jump on the track and give this a solid crack, like I'm Big Poppy swinging the back.
just let my music get up in your heads, because every time I'm on the beat I spread the lyrics, leave you dead when I get all the bread. Soon after me come the feds, maybe I'm off of my meds, and I'm starting to dread like lock. The clock continues, it's tick-tock. My last album, Guerrilla Warfare, was a classic, so on this record, I'm making it fantastic. Gotta keep adding to the roster. Man, this life is a roller coaster, so the critics can get burned like in a toaster, because if someone comes at me, I might roast her. But I continue my descent through the air. I've given up on escape, so I don't even care. I just fall and the words launch like a rocket. I'm in my rap pocket, so let's lock it and load it. Let's cock back, explode it. Let's ready for launch. My resolve is staunch, because in 3, 2, 1 we will have lift off. And as I start to drift off into a slumber, I still can do any number of cool things on the beat. Flip it here, over there, what a treat. Don't know if anyone can compete, because this is just complete and utter devastation. Hit them with education on what is my situation. To everyone in the population all over this nation, this album is all my creation from the second it left my brain station. So I'm laying my foundation for your consideration, to stretch your imagination, to spark a conversation and create separation from rappers in isolation. I'm building my own reputation, the rap game salvation. Time for domination and elimination, but not for exploitation and medication. It's cause for a bit of admiration and celebration. So my next move will cause speculation, not any confrontation. Room for some contention, building my own civilization with no sort of confrontation. Man, from the scheme I need a vacation. Yeah, this is my last call as I descend in a free fall. My mind may need a recall, and I feel so small. Is it really time to play ball, or should I try to stall? Feeling ready to start a brawl. I'm grown up now, big and tall. When battered, I keep up my army crawl, cause my back's up against the wall like the rapper Paul Wall, trying to work on my southern drawl. An update I needed to install, because my lack of understanding has me appalled. Because I'm claustrophobic in this hall that makes up the tunnel to my free fall. You know, everything in life feels scary. Took a jump off a ledge and things got very bad very quick. Maybe it shouldn't have been my pick, but I talk with my demons. These are the reasons why in this free fall I feel stalled. I found myself mauled within my own mind and in my own head, because my anxiety wished me dead. You told me to jump and push me off, and maybe you'll just stop, but the free fall is killing me. It ain't thrilling as it should be. Instead I feel alone, out of my zone. I know I'm gonna know where I stand, and soon I'm gonna land. Yo, whoa.
Yo, this is about to be legendary. This ain't just imaginary.
I spilled out my guts on these songs, trying to right my inner wrongs. I trained in my mind's dojo to reclaim and find my mojo. It took a contemplative brood, reflecting upon my own mood. So I must come to conclude that my faith must be renewed. My legend, eternal, avoidant, infernal. They'll talk about me when I am gone forever. They'll keep singing this song. My legend, cemented, my heart represented. These words etched into eternal dream. My rap sketched into the time stream. I live out many lies as many do. I feel death surprised, this is true. I feel in times very despondent, and writing raps is my only correspondent. That I can use as therapy in moments I find clarity. Because to gain prosperity, or maybe popularity, I must act with all sincerity. Cause as was once said by the rapper NF, it's hard when I hate myself. And hating ain't much fun to do. It ain't a glorious thing, who knew? It will just consume you. So get out of that dump, and get out of that slump. You are enough, this world is yours for the taking. And I truly am a legend in the making. My legend, eternal, avoidant, infernal. They'll talk about me when I am gone forever. They'll keep singing this song. My legend, cemented, my heart represented. These words etched into eternal dream. My rap sketched into the heart. They won't have moved on, they still will remember this song. They'll be studying my words. I don't think that notion is absurd. They'll be breaking these lyrics down and have given this king his crown. Cause I think this album is electric. Winning is my only metric. And when life gets hectic, I find being a bit egocentric tends to help and relieve some stress. These are things I must confess. My legend, eternal, avoidant, infernal. They'll talk about me when I am gone forever. They'll keep singing this song. My legend, cemented, my heart represented. These words etched into eternal dream. A rap sketched into the time stream.
fallen for so long. The days back at the top of the cliff seemed gone. For centuries maybe I had felt, or maybe millennia. And as I rushed into blackness I heard my yell. And suddenly with a crash I landed. And soon I found myself stranded in inky dark blackness and no sound. Here I was on the cold smooth ground. It felt a world so alien and strange that this was my range, not a good exchange. I already felt deranged. I looked up above me hoping for light, but alas there was none in sight. This was surely not right, but already I was giving up my fight. I could not see my own hands in front of my face. I felt my legs battered, like I'd run an eternal race. I felt my clothes tattered, torn from impact. And in fact, this all seemed abstract. This was not in my contract, I sure didn't sign up for this. Stranded deep down in abyss, at the bottom of a chasm. As voices whispered, ghastly phantoms. I was in a bottomless pit of mourning, and I'd never know when it was morning, because of eternal Blackhole and my visions lack. And the only company were demons who around my creeped. And the only moisture rose from beneath, and through the smooth ground it seeped. Dirty and moldy, I'd soon feel cold. And despair begins, cue the violins. Everything down here is both loud and quiet. And now I'm forced into a diet. It won't take long, my mind will riot. My despair lingers like an unwanted guest. It won't let me get no rest. My fears and regrets are represented as I find my despair has been cemented. Oh, why did I jump up there? Now I wish I'd had the care to avoid the call of my inner monsters. They had been my insecurity sponsors and manifestation, a sort of preview that I had not probably had time to review before I signed the contract. And now I feel trapped. Depression was a grisly trailer for my personal failure, for allowing myself to listen to the dark. The answer now is so very stark, but it's too late for change. Now I'm a prisoner, I am alone, and the voices are my only visitor. Despair begins, cue the violins. Everything down here is both loud and quiet. And now I'm forced into a diet. It won't take long, my mind will riot. My despair lingers like an unwanted guest. It won't let me get no rest. My fears and regrets are represented as I find my despair has been cemented. Despair, despair, it's in the air. Despair, despair, do I even care? Despair, despair, I pull out my hair. Despair, despair, I turn to prayer. Despair, despair, this sure ain't fair. Despair, despair, in the demon's lair. Despair, despair, in ash in the air. Despair, despair, I'm in death's chair. Despair, despair, I joy now rare. Despair, despair, I hadn't had chance to prepare. Yeah, 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 yeah. Despair begins, cue the violins. Everything down here is both loud and quiet. And now I'm forced into a diet. It won't take long, my mind will riot. My despair lingers like an unwanted guest. It won't let me get no rest. My fears and regrets are represented as I find my despair has been cemented.
I feel so alone, so far from home, out of my zone. I wonder now was I missed. I feel the bitter taste of death's kiss, and I know I am trapped in the abyss.
Here it is, the end of the road. I carried such a heavy load and thought that by jumping, it'd get my heart pumping, and it would get me in a good headspace. But instead it put me last in the race. It was a sort of end game, so here it was, empty fame. A life voided right in front of my eyes. No one to listen to my cries. And down there was beasts that roared. Nah, this was no win, I had not scored.
I feel so alone, so far from home, out of my zone. I wonder now was I missed. I feel the bitter taste of death's kiss, and I know trapped in the abyss.
Yo, at this late stage I felt some pent-up rage that welled and rolled under the surface, that swelled and strode with purpose. I let it out with a yell so primal. If this was to be the end so final, then I'd stand strong thanks to my spinal system. And was there any kind of wisdom that I had left in the tank? But nah, there was nothing. I slowly sank back into melancholy state of mind. A more broken person you will not find. I feel so alone, so far from home, out of my zone. I wonder now, was I missed? I feel the bitter taste of death's kiss, and I know I am trapped in the abyss. Devil's pit, alone I sit in this eternal hole. Sits my broken soul in this abyss. There is no bliss, and in the black I know I can't turn back. So when I find myself here locked in a cell, my face looking weary, I can tell. My muscles broken and snapped, my voice croaking and zapped. I know that better choices, and resisting against the voices, and resisting the call of deceivers, and not being a believer in my own self-doubt, anxiety and failure could have been better behavior and saved me from where I am stuck. Or perhaps I just ran out of luck. I feel so alone, so far from home, out of my zone. I wonder now, was I missed? I feel the bitter taste of death's kiss, and I know I am trapped in the abyss.
I was down in the hole, surrounded by dark. Had lost sight of my goal when I saw a spark. There it was, a ray of light, what a perfect sight. I murmured with delight, this was finally something that was right. So I bathed in its beauty and splendor. To the light's warmth, I did surrender, because it sparkled and danced. Here it was, my second chance, and in the light's beam, as if in a dream, I was able to spot a ladder. I could never have been gladder, for there it was, each rung the savior. I hoisted myself and began the climb. It would get me over my prior failure. Here it was, the rapture, trying to escape my capture. The fall may have given me a fracture, but that won't be the last chapter. Because I'm headed for greener pastures and reclaim my lost stature because of the rapture. The abyss, one rung at a time. You talk behind my back, you cross the line. I feel better with each step, in fact I feel fine. It seems as I ascend, I'm on the grind. With each step I take, the darkness shrinks. Or will I be spotted like an Iberian lynx? I keep reaching higher and higher, and I still have not yet tired. I'm feeling confident now with each and every step, but I must not forget the misery that I had endured. It's a mystery how I might be cured, but I go faster and faster, up and up, hoping that they hate poison my cup. This ladder climb is easy as pie, but if I slip off a rung, I could fall and die. So I keep locked my sight on the handles that I grip so tight. But now I'm feeling lightheaded, the darkness reaching, will I be shredded? Here it was, a rapture, trying to escape my capture. The fall may have given me a fracture, but that won't be the last chapter. Because I'm headed for greener pastures and reclaim my lost stature because of the rapture. I always had a goal, always had a rap in my soul. I always had the desire to spit. Since I was a kid, wanted to rifle a wit, but maybe I bit off more than I could chew. I'm starting to sizzle like a pot of stew. I'm slipping now, the rungs turning slippy. Who knew climbing out of my pitfalls could be so tricky? But I have to win this battle, I can't let myself be rattled. I wanna win my battle against my demons, but they assault me again with their legions. Hordes attack me at all my regions. They cut and claw me, leaving lesions. And I'm gashed and I'm bruised, and when slash moves accrued, I couldn't even fight a rap feud, because I would surely lose in the battered and broken state that I'm in. Please
me from the sin. Can someone just end this and throw me a rope? With this situation, I can no longer cope. I listened to darkness, and look what happened. Things ended up worse than imagined. I'm scraped and I'm bloodied, I failed escaping, I'm sullied. This took a while, but I'm defiled. I slip and fall, back to the darkness call. Here it was the rapture, trying to escape my capture. The fall may have given me a fracture. Repeat it back this call.
Here falling from the edge, slipped off of the ledge. The demons whispered and hissed. He just whimpered, unable to resist. A fragile soul, now so dim. The shadows prowl, deep within, lost in the depths where hope grew thin. Chances of escape were not even slim, and the darkness claimed him. And the darkness claimed him. He was stamped, he was cramped, he was claimed, he was stained, he was neglected, he was racked, he was beaten, he was eaten out, trapped, encased in chains. No one would find his remains. He had fallen from the edge, slipped off of the ledge. The demons whispered and hissed. He just whimpered, unable to resist. A fragile soul, now so dim. The shadows prowl, deep within, lost in the depths where hope grew thin. Chances of escape were not even slim, and the darkness claimed him. And the darkness claimed him. The fight had been valiant, but in vain. He had truly been gallant, boys know in death's domain. But now he will be no more. Death knocked on his door and he answered it, and was promptly bit by a serpent's venom. He had lost momentum, he had despair in the devil's lair. In pure black evil, no hope of retrieval. He had fallen from the edge, slipped off of the ledge. The demons whispered and hissed. He just whimpered, unable to resist. A fragile soul, now so dim. The shadows prowl, deep within, lost in the depths where hope grew thin. Chances of escape were not even slim, and the darkness claimed him. And the darkness claimed him. He was now theirs, this was true. His wings clipped from when he flew, because once he had soared like an eagle, once he had been royalty, oh so regal. But now he was dirt, birds in his shirt, his skin was scalded, his head was balding. He was a man beaten and weary, no hope of escape, not one theory. And Satan cackled with glee. How could this be? He was now his property, this was now properly the worst nightmare. But even despite their constant torment and torture, he still felt constant horror. He had been branded, he was now commanded to follow what the shadows demanded. He felt as if his fingers were being sanded. This was it, the end of the story, and it lacked all of the glory. He had fallen from the edge, slipped off of the ledge. The demons whispered and hissed. He just whimpered, unable to resist. A fragile soul, now so dim. The shadows prowl, deep within, lost in the depths where hope grew thin. Chances of escape were not even slim, and the darkness claimed him. And the darkness claimed him. He had been claimed, he felt so ashamed. His soul was stained, he was now chained, a collar around his neck. His life had become a wreck, like a train derailed. He had truly failed, and now he was nailed into a tight casket or coffin, and his lungs burned so he was coughing. And the hatch was locked and he still felt shocked, but he was blocked. His head had been knocked, and the darkness claimed him.